Hey guys, it's March 12th, 2021. We have exploding template inventory between websiteinstaller.com and theme2html.com going live. We have more template diversity than ever. We've got 3 engines updated and available. That's the HTML Blitz that you guys might recall. It's the self-enclosed panel you can install to your own cPanel for your own website, any HTML website or PHP-based website. And that way you can create unlimited pages for that website using this HTML Blitz. Well, we have HTML Blitz tied to templates coming out, already preset so that you can buy them the way they are, and that's cool. We have the Easy Page Generator panel, which is an upgrade from the HTML Blitz in that instead of going into the cPanel to deal with the page coding yourself, Easy Page Generator makes it easier to manipulate the fields inside the MM panel. Then you have Theme2HTML automated, T2HA, and that just simply is those T2H panels that we have, which are full control websites with all the functions we have available. Anyway, with all these engines, any template you want, you can choose which engine you want it in. And it comes with the ability for us to remote control the websites and update your engines automatically over time. And you can use your software installer account, if you have one, to install unlimited instances of each of these templates you buy from us, no matter which engine. Okay, so this is really cool functionality. Also, unlimited banner images. We can create about 1,800 unique images per hour now that are totally optimized. Unlimited UAP content, right? That's the universal affiliate pages content that's pre-written for websites. You just sprinkle in your keywords, optionally your locations and your destination URLs, and you're creating all these affiliate sites that drive traffic straight to your main website, right? So the UAP is used to make our websites do the ranking for you, and then when people see our websites first and click on them, those websites are saying, oh, great that you came here, click here to go to where you want to go, And so our websites are just so optimized that they're gonna rank for the keywords better than your website might be able to. And certainly for more, you can make mass pages on our websites. And that way they're going to show off a lot more keyword combinations. And when people come and happen to see ours, is great because ours, everything about it is directing people to yours. That's really cool. If you want to take it a step further, unlimited tier 1 content is where you get a job from us, where we write whatever topics you want, and then we can make unlimited variations of those that are human readable at a level that will grade highly grammatically. Okay, I'll show you an example of that very shortly. And what that means is, instead of just creating tier 2 content that you would use to backlink your main website with and redirect people to your main website, the UTO contents are written so well that when people land on the websites that we make, they are just as convinced to buy as if they landed on your website. So they're just as convinced to click the button to schedule the call with you or fill out the form or buy whatever it is you're offering or whatever it is you want them to do. Okay. And finally, link coding layouts. We've been working on something we're calling link mastery, which is a way of handling nested variables within nested variables, literally no limits deep, in order to create so much variability in the output of everything, including coding on the site, that even the website coding for the links anyway, that's what this is all about, link mastery, come out differently. For example, those of you who are technical enough to understand, there's href equals the website, then there's like target equals underscore blank to open in a new tab. And there's rel equals follow or no follow to tell Google whether to send juice through that link, right? Well, what is the proper order for those attributes in that URL? Any order, right? So what if you could mix and match those orders automatically simply because you chose to do that in your var sheet? That's what we got going on. Okay. Now, new UAP. We have 5 pages at 1,000 words each. That's far more powerful than the UAP we've been running with since 2012. That's been driving ranking results up for websites anyway, right? Those of you that are wondering just how powerful that is, I'm going to jump and do this real fast because I didn't do it before, but it makes sense to do now. If I go to websitemarketingsolutions.com/report, okay, There are 700 websites here that were all on like page 4 of their keywords. And in 2020, we grabbed them as demos and we drove all these guys up to some degree. So doesn't matter which of these graphs you check out, they were low and we drove them up. Little dips like that, who knows what that's about, just holding the data, right? But the trend is pretty clear. Okay, and the point is, we did it with all these websites just to prove the point. So websites that were showing up in like position 70 wound up showing up in like 43 or so. And these guys didn't pay, so it's not like we were going to drive them all to the top of page 1. But we took all these guys who are on page 4 and we just shoved them up, high enough to make whatever the point is. Some of these guys were easier, some of these guys were harder, whatever it is. But there you go. It's just, oh, wait, that's, I think I clicked the same link. Just to make the point that we were able to do it. So interesting cases, all right? And we took 700 spread across 80 industries in large cities and small cities like Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Houston, Chicago, and then a bunch of smaller cities, and took them from whatever position they were in, like position 51, drove them up to the front page, like position 7 or 8, for a stack of keywords, however many. Okay, some of these more, some of these less. Again, it was just all demo. Why do we do it? Exactly to prove the point that we know exactly what we're doing now. And we built that into our software and made it better yet. Okay, so let me come back to wrap up whatever was here, because then I'm going to run you through the stuff real quick. UTO content, unlimited tier 1 content, is easy to buy for any website. Therefore, you can create variation pages at the press of a button that are all so readable. That's just it. Think about it. It's syntax, but it's done so well using our human editors that if I were to show you a page written by a robot and a page written by a human and ask you which was which, you wouldn't be able to tell me. Well, what if we can create millions of those pages for any number of purposes? To create like 1,000 per website times a stack of websites, and then use portions of new versions of that we create for Yelp and Yellow Pages and any other business listings anywhere. And that way we're not copying the same wording everywhere we go, but we're putting up variations of it that are all unique enough that for Google it's all as though handwritten by humans and yet still cool. Okay, and you can outfit any number of clients with that content. You'll never write about the same topics more than once. That's the value of UTO content. It's really, really huge. What else? Unlimited variables in Excel. Okay, 13,384 columns per tab in Excel. That is like per sheet, like sheet 1. Okay, and then you can also have a sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5, and they can all have 13,384 columns. There's no limits. So our panels are allowing you to go that far. Granted, you can only do sheet 1 for HTML Blitz and Easy PG. You can do unlimited sheets and T to HA. Okay, but that's almost like a detail for most of you. But what that means is if you're going to create like a 60,000 word website, like 60 pages, 1,000 words each, and you want at least a third of that to be variables, that would be 20,000 variables. It's more than one whole sheet, right? Well, we've got you covered, even without nested variables. Because then, also within that stack, whatever it is you're doing, you can do nested variables and put nested variables within those nested variables. The amount of total variability is beyond belief. There is no limits anymore. It's insane. All right, so we can also auto-identify unknown website visitors. Okay, that means that somebody who visits either your site or your backlinking websites, or if you're putting up a stack of these using UAP or UTO, anyone coming to these websites, we can figure out who about 30% of them are. Anyone in the U.S., just U.S. only, consumers, right? Not businesses, but somebody who might have, say, a Facebook account or a Twitter account, just regular guys, okay? So whether they come on their cell phone or come on their desktop or come on their laptop, doesn't really matter. We can figure out who about a third of them are and instantly put them into an autoresponder, instantly reach out to them, or after an hour or the next day, reach out to them with a message to cajole them or encourage them to come back to your website to check again. Look through your options one more time, right? So literally we're adding to your mailing list. Okay. And we can do it with people who didn't even fill out a form or tell us who they are, didn't join your newsletter. It's legal the way we do it, and it's one of the most powerful things you can do because it means that you're going to get about 3 times the sales you would get without doing it. And all the big companies are doing it these days. How do you know? You see websites where it says allow cookies, and it's a button you could press, but you don't seem to have to press it. You can still navigate the site, right? You know what? That allow websites message means that those guys are actually, whether you click that link or not, doesn't matter. They probably know who you are. They know your first name, your last name, at least one of your email addresses. They probably know your street address, city, state, and zip, and they can look up your phone number right away. Just because you came to their website and landed on the front page, and that's it. Even if you leave seconds later, that's all it took. So yes, we can do that for you in a way that's totally legal, totally allowable, and we can do it in such a way that doesn't bother anyone. We can have an email reach out to them from a so-called partner website that coincidentally happens to say, hey, if you're in the market, check these guys out. That kind of thing. And if they want to unsubscribe, they can, or if they want to continue and start looking through it, they can. Okay. And because we can reach out to them in such a timely fashion, first of all, it's not spam. Second of all, it's actually welcome because you're reaching out to them at a time that they're actually considering what you've got. Okay. So real quick, I want to show you through this because it's crazy. Like I said, there's so much happening. So website installer, we don't have anything quite live here. I'll put another video out when it goes live. You can always shoot me an email and ask me when you're ready to buy something. I don't even know what the details are saying the prices are on these things right now. But I want to say this. We're attaching these to the categories. And when we're done doing that, like right now, if you click on a category, you probably won't even see anything. Maybe you'll see one. It might not even be the right one. See that? Okay. So when that's fixed, and it'll be fixed next week sometime. Like I said, it's March 12th, 2021. So next week, if you go clicking these and you're seeing like 2, 3, 4 templates appearing for each of these things, we're probably live. And then you can go and buy, all right, with whatever the prices are. Now, what I do want to say is this. We have a lot of diversity, and some of these sites are really, really awesome, and all of them are extremely powerful. Fundamentally, as far as using them for backlinking or using them for main websites and whatever your industry is, you can do that. It's absolutely powerful. All right, so, I mean, we have some really killer templates in here too. A lot of it's our standard functional stuff because that's just incredibly fluid and powerful. But then we also have these really beautiful template kind of structures here too for anything you want to get into. So these are just really, really nice, okay? Different and powerful and just very neat. So we have a lot of that. I'm going to show you some you haven't seen before. I know that a lot of you guys, if you've been around a while, you've seen these, okay? And they're really cool. No one's arguing, right? And so going through this is awesome. Now, let me just step forward. And keep showing you different things so that like this. These are so powerful. If I take the logo out, this header moves to the center of the page. You know, if I move out the call us thing, this thing recenters on the side if the logo stays in there. There's just more stuff going on to these than you can think. You can choose to put borders around these or not. You can choose to have the verbiage appear or not in each of these things. You can choose whether you want it to be long or short. Okay. You can choose how many of these you want to appear on either side or both sides. It's really wild. So the power, the flexibility it gives you, especially if you're going to go through a lot of variation templates. With the main template, you're going to create tons of variations. We have ways you can do that. Like you can make 500 totally different versions of this template and have them live in a day if you have software installer and some of the components that allow you to do that. Okay. And all of a sudden you have like 500 instances live. Doesn't mean you need to buy 500 domain names. You could have like 100 domain names if you wanted, like $1,000 in domain names, and you got them. And you got the cPanels through us, through like a batch stack where you can get it cheaper. And then you can just put like 5 of these instances on each website. So you can have one in the root and then 4 different subdomains. Or if you need to go cheaper, you get 10 domain names, 10 cPanels, and then you can put 50 projects on each of them, literally, in different subdomains. And you can auto-install all of that in a single day if you have software installers. It's so crazy. And you can make all those things live. You can have them with perfect content, perfect images. Everything's set up nicely, all right? And you can use that to huge benefit. You can rank whatever you want to rank. It's really crazy. All right, so now I want to point this out too. Theme2html.com. We haven't been back here in a while. We're making it live now. If you go down to the template section, all of this is live now. And all of these are updated with the latest versions and variations. All the power that we have now is in there. We've got like several instances of the same kinds of templates so that you can buy something preset with different color schemes, for what you want. But the inventory is massive, okay? And same thing with landing pages, all right? You can have landing pages and they can be on any of those engines. So, things like this are just beautiful. You look at them. And I love it, right? It's just gorgeous. And they can have just these nice little effects that help your eyes just, pull into whatever it is you're looking for. Okay? And so we can go on and on with that. Check this one out, all right? This is a fitness template. This guy, as a matter of fact, watch this. Let me come back just to show you real quick. Then I'll move on. All right, see that? How she glides in like that? That's so cool. Come down, and this guy actually moves. I don't know why they move. He moves. The different stuff with the parallax and everything in the background here. I really like the way this works. Okay. So things like this are just really helpful. All right. Okay. Now, what do I want to say? I want to say a few more things real quick. So yeah, even some of these old guys that you haven't seen in a long time, they're updated to the latest standards. If you can believe that. That means that all these templates that look older have so much incredible power that even if you want them like this, functional and simple, easy on the eyes, easy to maintain for your purposes, right? I know the Google Maps aren't showing. That's because now Google requires that you create an account, for your Google Maps. So just when you get it, what account do you want? That's a piece of cake. If you have a google.com account, you can set up on your own very easily. Okay, so all of this, even this, here, how many of you guys remember that this was our original template ever? This template is what? 10 years old? Something like that. Sitemap there. You can decide what you wanted the individual pages to be or the our services, point them out again. Different things you wanted to put into the bottom, sections you could flip on and off, right? Isn't that crazy? This thing, as old as this looks, is updated. That's insane. I don't even know what to tell you. So anybody who wants to get like this kind of a legacy template, historic template, this, believe it or not, works now. It's crazy. All right. So yeah, just whatever it is you want, even the main roofers template that we used the first time we created Blitz and we showed how we could create listings for, 36,000 roofers across the nation. And we started getting them to rank city by city. I've done videos just showing that. Absolutely crazy simple projects. Okay, we can show you guys how to do that. That's easy. I'm going to start a nightly webinar series soon because people have entirely different questions. And I realize instead of recreating videos all the time, I should just simply invite you guys and, deal with your questions and stuff case by case and then record those and put them out, right? So that's good group training stuff. So all you guys who are buying in, that's great. We have a roofer SEO guy. He said this is what he uses for his clients. They signs up for anywhere from $2,500 a month to $3,750 a month. And when they don't have a website of their own, he goes, this right here is the one he offers them. It's a really cool look, when it loads. But this is the one he uses for them. And so we said, let's give this all the power in the world to handle all the roofers in the nation. Something you can buy. And it's something that you can automatically control with VAR sheets. And yes, you can create listings for every roofer in the nation through automatically generated subdomains at the press of a button. And you could have mini websites live for like 5,000 roofers, at the press of a button in a single day. Okay. So it's just absolutely crazy what's powerful. Some of these banner effects are pretty cool, especially because they do different things. Like you see that kind of acting a little differently, each time around. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then what? Yeah, some of these standard functional templates. Never be put down by functional templates. See, some of the templates are beautiful, and some are functional. think about what your market is actually considering when they land on your website. It's important not just to make the website to please the owner of the business with something that wouldn't fit, like something too beautiful for an auto repair shop, right? People, when they arrive here, they want to find what they're looking for pretty quickly, and they want it to make sense to them. And they're not interested in beauty, they're interested in function. But if you're going to be somebody's coach, then you want to really set that tone, right? That, hey, your life's going to be great if you come here. So think about the purpose. Anyway, take a look at this. I'm just going to point some of this out. We've got these like cash loan sites. We've got sites for everything. And they're different, and they have different effects, and they look really, really cool. Some even have like looping video in the top. And I don't know which one. It's, this one probably. Let's get you paid. This is kind of cool, right? Cash business. And if I go here, check it out. It's literally a sample video, right? Like any kind of a looping video, and the buttons can come in and you can click it and it'll loop as long as my cursor's over the top of it. Okay. Until I leave the square. Why? So that whatever they're interested in, if they're considering, hey, maybe I should do this, and they're here, we don't want to throw them off. We want them to stay here until they start to drift away, right? There you go. But if you scroll down, yeah, it's really cool stuff. These sites are nice. All right. Okay. I'm going to keep going here real quick. So just to show you, some of the ideas, some of the stuff that exists is pretty cool. All right. And website marketing solutions, I was showing you the report, right? Take a look at this. There's HTML Blitz templates. All right. So this is gorgeous. Yeah, I like this so much. Okay. This is going to reload here in a minute. And the point is, again, that we can make pages for every barber in the nation right away with this template. Why it's taking so long to load, I forget, but it's probably because I just, open up all these things right next to each other. I just got to see. All right, here we go. So services about, if you go down to any of these sections, right? I mean, it's just beautiful. Check this out. Just coming from the top, right? Explore our services or whatever. But you've got your different things. And you come down, it's discover our story. It's got your parallax effect. It's got the gallery with the services gallery. You can do something like that. Then you can like click through these images, and when you're done, click off. Just click off. All this stuff is here, right? So yeah, this is really, really awesome. If you're trying to make anyone look good or show them what you can do, right? That's the way to go. So again, it's just what are you trying to accomplish and who are you trying to accomplish it for? But all of these options are here. These are HTML Blitz websites, all right? So the admin panel works inside the coding of the website. So you would go inside the cPanel coding itself to make adjustments to it, but then you have total control over everything that's happening here in the site. You can make variables out of any of it. You can create an unlimited number of pages, and these things will load fast because they're real lean and mean sites, right? With very simple admin panels that just have the purpose of, utilizing variables for headers and cities and states and which videos show up inside the page and which images show up here. All that stuff becomes variable. Really insane. Okay. And yeah, you can still create pages on the subdomains of your website using that kind of a tool. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. These are just crazy cool. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what's here anymore. Yeah, it's cool. It's just nice. Right, real clean looks. This was a cool one. I like how the block appears on this one. For one thing, see that? How it's glided in. See how that underline's slow? Just nice and easy. Okay. You can even change like color schemes and stuff like that. Isn't that funny? Like, what do you really want? Okay. And there you go. So there are all these odd but really awesome looking decisions you get to make with what's here. All right. What else? Mouth guard. Somebody got a mouth guard website. They got a bunch of pages in here. Okay. And this is a really cool concept, right? So just whatever it is you want, whatever it is you need, we can do it that way. All right, let me go ahead and show you through something else. Unlimited tier 1 content. Check this out. We got a topic here. It's about 1,047 words. I want to make a point about the value of this, okay? So it's all spin text, right? So you would think, oh, it's not going to read very well when we make variations, right? The variations can't look well if it's spin text. Not the way we do it. They're professionally done jobs. So check this out. When I generate another unique article down below, you'll see it does that, like why pick Bowen therapy, Bowen treatment is blah, blah, blah. And if I refresh, why pick Bowen treatment? Bowen treatment is a blah, blah, blah. Well, check this out. When I copy this and I paste it into Grammarly and I score it, okay, overall score is like a A minus. This is a 97%. This is an A. This isn't an A minus. It's almost an A plus, right? This is no joke hot. And that is one of the variations. Then if I come back and hit generate another unique article and I copy it and I paste it again and check it on a new tab, check that out. Overall score 96. Basically, every time I do that, I'm going to get a score between 93 and 98 on the entire project, even though every time I do it, it's going to be like 91% uniqueness from page to page to page. And what does that mean? That means that we can create literally millions of web pages about this topic. Why choose Bowen? Without ever needing to write that again. We could outfit every Bowen therapy website in the nation with this one page, right? And Google would see it case by case, website by website, company by company, and say, oh, wow, they wrote it. As far as Google's concerned, it is totally worthy of indexing. Every page, okay? So that's insane. Now, we did that with the UAP that we have now, also scores in the 90s, and it's 5,000 words. So it's 1,000 words per page times 5 pages, which is dramatically more powerful than the 2012 version we've been using all this time, which only had 800 words total on the main page, and then a copy of 200 words from that for each of the inner pages. It only had 800 words. This new one has 5,000 and it's uniquely written end to end. It's not the same anymore, but it's oh so convincing, oh so cool. So if we were to take a look at what that means, just running projects out with the UAP, we're getting like 8,000 visitors a week, like 1,000 visitors a day coming off of UAP hits, starting from when we got this project going way back when. Okay. And it's just like grown up the ladder. And we didn't even expect to get much traffic because that was the old fashioned UAP, 800 words total. Now with a 5,000 words, with 1,000 words per page, dramatically stronger, right? So the results that we're going to get are far stronger, far faster now. And that's just going to make you way more competitive. And anyone using UTO content, it's going to be like that too, faster and stronger than this, probably going to have like 5 times the traffic, be my guess, for the same number of sites. But what I want to say is you're going to get way more sales out of it because it won't be UAP content that doesn't really convince anyone of anything. But if you're getting a full UTO project, unlimited tier 1 project, custom for your needs written, then what? Then all those websites out there are convincing people to buy. They're just as good as your main website from that point of view. Okay, so what do I want to say beyond that? Just hits coming through all those things lead to, that's just it. We're getting hits through these sites here, right? These basic sites here. This stuff isn't convincing anyone of much of anything, but it's still, some of these guys will like click here to go there. Some of these guys will watch the video and then click here, Some of these guys, when they landed, they saw the banner and they just said, oh, okay, I'll click there. And whatever, it takes them to whichever company we're backlinking, whatever company we're driving power to, leads to and backlinking to. And you want to do that for yourself. Like if this was your website, you want to create a whole lot of these projects with tons of pages each, right? That have these internal links leading to you. And that way you get all of those report links, like for your website, right? Your website gets to look like that, where just stuff goes from a down to an up, and that's exactly what you want to force to happen. And if you do things that way, look at that from, page 10 up to page 4, for whatever the guy's keywords were, just from one run. One dumb run. We just did one demo run on each of these guys to see where they would land, okay? If you put time and effort into yours, you're going to climb higher. That's the crazy thing about it all. This guy got down from, 58 up to 27. And again, just dummy runs, okay? You'll do so much better if you actually put some effort into it, okay? Those were just demos. Isn't that insane to demo on 700 websites to prove a point? But we did, and we kept building, and so now that's why we have so much power here to show you. Okay, what else do I have that I want to point out? Oh, this. If you go to website-marketing-solutions.com, okay, a couple of things. One, Copywriting Jobs. This is where you get the UTO content, okay? Unlimited Tier 1 content. That's UTO, right? ONE for one. Okay. And add your job details, say everything you do and don't want for your job, and go ahead and add it. Okay. You can decide how many words total. You can decide how many pages to spread it across for the job. And you can give us all the notes so that we'll write exactly what you're looking for. Okay. That's pretty cool. Another thing I want to point out, all these templates on theme to HTML, you can order a la carte from the order form. So say you come down and you're checking out these templates and you decide, okay, I want to get that one. I viewed the demo and I liked what I saw, right? And now that I did that and I think, wow, that's the one I want, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy now. And that'll take you where? By the way, see this E-Green Magic 3? When I buy now, okay, it's going to put that here for the template name, E-Green Magic 3. And I can tell what I can put in the order, whether I want it for HTML Blitz, or if I want it for the Easy Page Generator, or if I want the full theme to HTML version of it. Okay. And there are prices for each of those. All right. And that's awesome. So you can fill in all your stuff. You can decide all of this. You can tell us the domain name you want for the website, what email address you want for your forgot password, your admin section. If you need website hosting, $50 a year, okay, you can just hit the check boxes. Or is it an add-on domain? Well, then you don't need hosting for this one. You can just make it an add-on domain because you already have a cPanel with us. You need to have at least one with us. So your first order would need a cPanel with us, right? And it wouldn't be an add-on domain in that case. It'd be the top-level domain. Because your first purchase on a cPanel means that your website's the top-level domain. Okay, so if we are installing it to your existing hosting account, tell us the main domain on that cPanel, right? The top-level domain of that account. Okay, and did you already set up the add-on domain in your cPanel? Some of you know how, some of you don't. So just let us know. We can create it ourselves if you didn't do it. Okay. For existing cPanels, let us know your current cPanel password, right? Or if you changed it recently, or just leave it blank if you didn't. Do you need it, or just put, I don't know, if you don't know what it is, but usually you change the password or you didn't. All right. If you need us to create custom banner images and theme colors, let us know. Do you need us to create a logo for you? See how cool this is? You can exactly decide what you're looking for a la carte. Do you want our professional copywriters to write the UTO content for your website? Okay. 5,000 words covering 4 to 5 pages. Now with the press of a button, you can create as many variations as you want. So if you created like 1,000 rows of that, you're going to have 5,000 pages at 1,000 words each. That's insane. And that's just 25 cents per professionally written page. It's unbelievable how much benefit you get out of a UTO project. Okay. Tell us the industry, tell us a website we can model it from, right? Do you want universal affiliate pages instead or along with? It's up to you. Okay. And if you do, that's where we give you the 5,000 word UAP and you can fit it through your website. Okay. We can do that for you if you want. Okay. Do you want the link mastery stack of variables so you can produce richly diverse links through your website? I haven't even covered that exactly, but it's amazing. Let me break it down this way. Okay. For those of you who are technical, here's a standard link. Ahref equals some link. And it's got stuff like target equals underscore blank and rel, equals follow. Okay. And here's the actual anchor text for the link, right? And if you know that, you know enough HTML coding, you might be interested in the HTML Blitz version, right? Because it gets right into the guts of the code on your cPanel. Anyway, this link is static, meaning there are no tokens to create variability. That URL would need tokens to be made dynamic, right? So if you understand how the tokens work, it's the variables, right? Kind of like Spintax concept. But if you use variables, then you can create variations inside the links, right? Well, we can go further. We can do variations within variations within variations. So we can have one column be the exact keywords, the next column be keywords in context, the next column be generic terms to get to the website with, and the last column be variations on the URL. And we can literally mix and match those through tokens within tokens, and we can mix and match the order of things like the rel equals no follow and the target equals blank and the URL so that we can get them in whatever orders we want. That way, some of these are actually going to start with target equals blank and then go to the link and then do the rel equals follow. Some will start with the rel equals follow and then the link and then target equals blank. Some of them are going to have rel equals follow and target equals blank over here first and then the link, right? The point of that, again, is uniqueness beyond belief. You can create all the combinations that you have everything going for you when you come to Google. When your pages get submitted and Google starts indexing, you could create so much variation that it's totally human believable, totally different. No footprints. All right, so, or at least no meaningful footprints, nothing that Google's, you see, there are a lot of things you could call footprints, like if a bunch of different people buy the same template from anywhere, from ThemeForest, from us, from Wix, and then they start changing it, Google's going to say, aha, you got a template from Wix, or you got another one of the same templates from ThemeForest, but that's not meaningful. Google doesn't really care. If you take your template and do something unique with it for images and content and stuff and links, Google doesn't really care. Now, if you're going to create a lot of websites, just make sure you create a lot of appropriate variability. And then there you go. By the way, just to show you how far this can go, check this out. This is an HTML Blitz site, right? And if I'm scrolling this guy down, okay, it's just crazy how much is actually here. It's totally beautiful and totally cool. And then you get to the bottom and you think, man, that was nice, right? And again, you can make thousands and thousands of pages times hundreds of websites or even thousands. Take a look down here, though. We got to the bottom, right? See the size of that bar and everything? Check this out. If I click here, see how tiny the bar is now? There is so much extra stuff in here. There's a video to see. There's all this other content. Just endless power. Okay? And yeah, you could run enough variability to cover literally all of this if you were going to go that haywire. There's links everywhere to all the different, this is, all the backlinks for all the keywords for all these different cities and everything else. You could just go forever, through how much variation you want to create. So just to point it out, it's that powerful. All right, now let me get back to this. So, if you want the link mastery stack of variables, you can pick that up. Do you want to get a full year of access to software installer? You can pick that up. And Tulsa email for creating your software installer account. Okay. Do you need us to embed a YouTube video for you in a nice lightbox in the front end of your website? No problem. Do you want us to create a live Google map for your website? Just make sure that it goes live, shows the actual address and everything. Then no problem. You can do that here. Okay. And then you can use variables for this too. So that if you did do a website for 30,000 companies and you were going through the subdomains, then your Google map will be live for each of those different listings all throughout your pages. It's really, really awesome. Okay, you can get a full hour consultation or direct assistance session so that once you're live, this is the kicker that allows us to hop on with you live and walk you through whatever your questions are to just get you going at your level with your template. Okay, so as you choose these things, it's going to add the prices up. Okay, and you're going to have your grand total you can buy. It's going to give you an option. It's going to tell you to fill in from the top. I forgot to do all that. Okay. And then when you go to buy, it's going to give you an option for PayPal. When you click it, you can either log into PayPal directly or you can pay with a debit or credit card down here. It might say continue as guest, something like that, but it means the same thing. And so if you hit that link, right, then you can just check out. You'll see the price and you can just check out like this. And you do not need to save your information to create a PayPal account if you don't want to. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Okay. How powerful are these sites? Well, our oldest client is using 6-year-old version of our websites. And right now we're capturing around 10% of the US locksmith industry. Literally 1 in 10 people who look for a locksmith in the US, basically from day to day, are reaching through our client to find one. It's massive. It's like $2.5 billion a year industry in the US. So capturing about 10% of that is like $250 million a year of revenue coming through our client with a 6-year-old version of our websites. What we have now is so much stronger and easier to control, easier to update, easier to handle, easier to work with, and just more powerful all the way around that that is so much easier to control yet. So when you're going for websites that actually are built to perform and to allow you to create enough variability to overcome any objections Google would have at all, and get out there and make your own backlinks and make your own videos powerful by embedding them through all your websites, even if you do it automatically. It's so simple. And then that way, you can make them powerful and then stick them on your main website to make your main website powerful. There's all these things you can do. So you can order ad hoc from this order form at theme2html.com. Okay, so I've covered all the main points, right? I'm going to have a webinar series. I'm going to walk through topics and stuff. So watch for that to come out through your email. There's some really big things you can do. There's some small things you can do. There's some medium things you can do. So you can just work up through your own levels at your own speed. Use phase 1 to raise the money for phase 2, phase 2 to raise the money for phase 3. If you want to move faster and you can afford phase 3 to start with, go for it. And all I mean by that is we have projects from small to large, and we walk you through how to get huge, as big as we've ever done, like the locksmith project. What does it take to get there today? Well, I have another video series that explains that. I did it just recently. And when I go through webinars, I'll be able to cover those topics and answer questions people have. All right. Just sharing with you what's going on right now because it's probably the best websites in the nation objectively, just in terms of the total control you have over them, not just to be able to create them, but how we can edit them on a daily basis, refresh them, update them, and just control them all. So you're in the right place. You're buying the right things. You're going to want to move in this direction so you have more power as you go forward. Okay. Hope you found this interesting, and I can't wait to service you and get you guys up and going. If you have more than one project idea, start as small as you need to start. Your first website, domain name, and hosting account can be $79. It can be that small. It's from $19 for an HTML Blitz template. Not much more to move up from there. Then additional websites that you would stick as add-on domains on the same hosting, okay, can be from $29 each. So you can set up 2 or 3 or 5 different main ideas you want to try out. If you know a couple of different, whether it's money-making opportunities or you want one project to drive a lot of visibility to a Shopify account and another couple projects you want for your friend who's got their business going and another couple of projects you want for some other things out there for yourself and for others, then you can definitely make use of that cheaply and build up as you go. Okay, the inventory is just extreme. If you get a template and you don't really like it and you want to swap it for another one, we can do that. that's fine. Okay. Our inventory is huge. So we can help you at the same level switch between whatever thing and whatever thing so that you're comfortable, and we'll make sure to update you as you go. So you don't have to worry about anything except just concentrate on raising cash flow with your business. All right. Looking forward to servicing you and can't wait to get you on a roll.